Remo's back. Welcome, Remo, to the grand final as well. Nice that you join us after leaving us when the break was over. I just said we have 5 qualified players already for Masters Coliseum. $28,000. China, Shanghai, offline tournament, TH Infi, Fly Moon, 120. And we can add either HawK or Foggy.
Yeah, and I think the 2 players here... I'm not muted, right?
Nope. Everything's
okay.
good.
For once. I think these are the 2 players who deserve it the most. They played so well today. The Orcs, a little disappointing perhaps, especially Orc Worker. Yeah, is it going to be the favorite Foggy prevailing once again? Is he going to join the ranks of the top 8 best players? As you said, 5 already qualified. We're going to have after today, in the coming days, another Korean qualifier, and then one last wildcard chance qualifier. 8 players only for such a big prize purse. It's going to be awesome.
Indeed, it's going to be awesome. HawK, man, did way better than expected against Cash. I thought he would struggle a little more, but he's not, and he's back where he belongs in the grand final. Those 2, we sent them to GCS before. HawK, unfortunately, not winning there. A little disappointing. He was in such a great shape when he arrived in Shanghai, but couldn't bring it to the table, to the offline stage. Foggy reached the quarterfinal before he reached the grand final of the World Championships. He loves it in China. He loves the 0 ping in Shanghai on netties to practice as good as he can. And man, this grand final is going to be dope. HawK knows Foggy is the one to beat. HawK knows he has to come up with something special, and I wonder what that's going to be.
Yeah, and I imagine he should have something prepared. I mean, we didn't see the most special strategy from him. We saw something special from Foggy, though. It was the Masked Ride Alchemist style. This was not totally new. We saw that before at GCS, but it's not too popular yet. So HawK played that game. HawK lost that game, and losses, as we know, are better learning experiences than wins. So I would assume that he has a better answer to this. I would like to see him stay away from the sorceresses if he faces that again. Maybe don't go into mortar teams. Maybe focus more on the rifles and priests. Not even so much on the breakers, perhaps. There is a way to do this. Infi showed it before. But of course, the question is that even what Foggy goes for? Foggy has a wide range of strategies that he can choose from. And different ones for every map as well.
Yeah, that's true. Speaking of maps, the first map already goes to Foggy because he made it through the winner bracket, as you can see here. 2-1 over Orc Worker. That was his only map loss today, as he defeated HawK there 2-0. HawK defeated Cash and defeated Cash again. But against Foggy, it was close, man. There was a chance, especially Echo Isles was an insane game. Now what? Foggy, as you said, wide range of strategies. He can go Huntress pushes. He can go Mass Dryads. He can go Talon pushes. He can go normal with Bears Dryads. And we start here on Terran Stand.
Once again, there Foggy was so dominant earlier with the mass mercs.
Yeah.
And that instant expansion, dude, remember how hurt those peasants were. Remember how strong that Demon Hunter harass was. Now, Warcraft 3 is always a game about items. A bit of RNG is involved. And the extra health from the gauntlets and the invul especially certainly helped with that harass. But even without those items, when you go for that expo so early, you open yourself up to harassment, to a bit of danger. Is HawK going to do that again? I wonder. It could be rough for him once more with that early on. Very interesting already, the super early stages of the early game here of our first game, which will be starting in just a moment.
Exactly. We have a new sub here, by the way. Thank you, Flies, for the Prime sub. And thank you, Madfrog, for watching. Thanks for spending your time here on our very channel. Madfrog is streaming on Twitch as well. Mad Q Frog here at Twitch. About, like, almost 2,000 viewers here. That is incredible on a Saturday evening in the middle of the summer. And things are certainly hot. Hot is also Shanghai, especially in August. Who would know that better than us, Remo?
Oh yes. Oh yes.
So the winner of this best of 5 should bring a fan or something. But first, bring us some hot action. Terranar stand it is, Foggy once again in the upper left, HawK in the bottom right. The Ukrainian wearing the colors of his country, wearing blue. Same goes for HawK, Mother Russia in red.
Same starting positions as last time. Looks the same as last time. Of course, his Agent of War creep especially is so good. Can't really be punished. Gives you level 2. Gives you Mercamp support. That's kind of the Night Elf dream. Super strong Night Elf map. Still Terranar stand. I'm still convinced that it's as good as the old one, but it's certainly not much worse. Still a very, very nice map for Night Elves to go towards. Humans, of course, usually in this matchup, on this level, always go for the Expo. HawK used to be the one player who kind of defied this on the very highest level, going for rifle pushes, but I've been seeing that less and less of him recently. And here we go. Archmage, of course. Is this gonna be the Expo once again? Is he gonna expose himself once again to early damage? Could be very scary once more.
Indeed. The last 3 encounters between the two went in Foggy's favor. Haitu Chaco League finals, 2-0 in the quarterfinals. Rust Brain Cup final in the lower bracket final, 2-1 for Foggy. And then, of course, here, just 3 hours ago or something. I don't have a feeling for time anymore. In the winner bracket final, where it was a 2-0 for Foggy. When he can prepare for his opponent, he is the strongest. He prepared well for Orc Worker. He wasn't the best today, but he certainly prepared well for HawK. And can this strategy work again in the same way that it did before? Or does he have more up his sleeve? Looks like a normal opening on both sides. We have a Demon Hunter Archmage encounter here. But what items is gonna be? Oh, HawK mixing it up before instant expansion, as you mentioned. This time, Mercenaries. Mercenaries played a big part in the dominance of Foggy on Terranars. In the winner bracket final, he had 6 Mercenaries at the same time from both mercenary camps. Stole a lot. HawK will not allow it this time.
Yeah, I like that by HawK. He's gonna pop down a farm here. He's always gonna be able to reinforce.
Dream drops, ladies and gentlemen. Mental of Intelligence, +3 damage, and more mana for the Archmage. And speaking of more mana, this is a big mana potion. On the other side, Scroll the Beast and Mantle. Scroll the Beast can also be very good, especially if you want to push down towers and you are on the verge of killing it or not. You can push this one, or press this one, and then 25% damage boost. No early dispel for this possible.
Now, if he possibly ends up with 3 Shadow Priests, 1 Archer, 2 Berserkers again, this Scroll of the Beast, man, is gonna pack quite the punch. But here comes the Expo. The disadvantage, of course, by taking it later, is that the demon will be able to move down with level 2 already, with Dispel at the ready. This will be a dangerous camp to take.
Yeah, HawK knows it. And he delays his expansion even further by getting rid of that Wisp. He was in range. Oh, he has 2 circles, 2 mantles actually. +6. Oh, Scroll of the Beast being used immediately, only on 2 units. And the Shadow Priest is gone, so this Scroll of the Beast only for the demon.
Yeah, it's kind of weird.
This is an absolute waste. Shadow Priest, would it fall?
But he still delayed it. The militia are running back. The duration wasn't lasting long enough anymore.
Ah, you see, yeah. Okay, so not a complete waste.
Counter Expo's already coming out. The peasant's gonna scout it. Can't cancel it, of course. And this Expo for HawK, man, it's starting to get very late.
Yeah.
He's only bringing 6 peasants, by the way, to this. This is not many at all. The poison, guys. Remember the poison.
Does the Demon Hunter have Immolation, or do we see... We didn't see Mana Burn, right? So, it still could be Immolation. And the Berserkers are here. Oh, it is Mana Burn. Too much experience on the ground. This is so big. HawK gets it.
Can't die for that one. Would certainly find himself in a surround if he went for it. And that is level 3 for the AM already. Despite getting burnt here, is so much mana still. Can Foggy perhaps steal the big one? Unlikely. He's totally surrounded. And the item... He stole it! The Health Stone! He picked it up! How long are his arms to reach there? He pops that one as well! The second big consumable after the Scroll of the Beast earlier. And now he's chasing down this AM. He has the boost advantage. There's no boots in here.
There should be a staff ready. Oh, it's not. It's of course not. Can he block with the water elemental? He tried to. It doesn't really work. Oh, HawK.
Why isn't he chasing? Why wasn't the demon chasing? He had the boots.
He had the boots, but he wants these workers. He wants the footmen.
God.
This expo is safe. This is absolutely safe. And the demon hunter is full HP. Almost gets the first kill here. How much
can staff out soon here. Trying to find some kills before, of course. 1 footy down. About to be 2 footies down.
Oh, this
good
arms.
micro attempt there. Not quite good enough, though. And there's the staff home. And guess what's waiting? A juicy creep camp and already the alchemist. Such a fast tech this time as well.
Yeah. Go Gadgetto arms, man. Unbelievable how he reached that footman and the item, of course. So alchemist here for healing first, I guess. Ankh of Reincarnation is okay. Doesn't really need it. We'll most likely sell it. But HawK is only now starting to build his expansion at 6 minutes in. This is usually where the expansion is done. And no tech. On the other side, tier 2 done. Engines of Lore up. At least the coming. At least the first one. Tree of Life up. He can entangle immediately. And what can HawK do? He lost Footman. That is A, damage, and B, meat that's missing now. Especially against an alchemist. Like, what does he want to kill? And how?
He's gonna get the entangled goldmine here once the tree finally does root. And okay, Foggy was moving south to be a little bit aggressive himself, but now he's instead gonna decide to defend, losing the Ancient of War. That is a decent pickup here. And these water elementals are still strong. How many Shadow Priests do we have? Only the one. Only with one Dispel as well. And the AM allowed to spawn his next water elemental. A bit of a mistake by the demon, not chasing here. Not burning, I mean. Chasing instead the Berserker. That's going to be a big kill for him, of course. He has the second Shadow Priest now.
I was wrong,
water elemental at the moment.
I was wrong, by the way. Yeah, there's the kill. I was wrong, by the way. This is not Heal Spray first, but Acid Bomb to reduce the number of footmen. So there's less threats for his Entangled Goldmine. Demon Hunter coming in for the defend with the staff. Decent inventory. With Acid Bomb, of course, and the boots advantage, man. This Archmage is in a world of trouble. But this Expo is up.
Can the water elemental cancel this again? I think so. That's pretty nice. Left one behind. Buys himself more time with this. But I think that's going to be the last one of the cancels. Footy still hanging around. He's doing as much as he can with as little as he has.
Yeah, he has to heal up. But still, these boots are made for walking and chasing. Here comes the Shadow, Mud Golem, though. Muddy, haven't seen him in a long time. This helps, of course, to reduce the movement speed of the Demon Hunter. Here we see the slow.
Is this a TP forced?
I don't... Yeah, the staff is on cooldown. Not to be expected. Foggy a little bit over-committing. But just
he's not paying attention to that cooldown there. TP's out before the Ankh. That would be a waste.
Still no Entangled Goldmine, still 2 footmen.
But that's not enough damage. No. This time it comes through. But yeah, greatly delayed. Well done by HawK.
His tech is 60% done. Blacksmith, Lumber Mill, Rifle, Casters, Guard Towers. On the other side, Foggy is staying on tier 2. This is once again only Mass Dryads. We've seen this before. He's not relying on bears. He does have the time, if I'm not mistaken, to go for bears, but he just decides that Mass Dryads is his key to victory.
His new Mass Dryad Alchemist style. HawK has seen it before. How does it play differently now? That's the question. I like the towers coming up. The Dryads were able to threaten a counter-attack way too easily in the last game, where they kept HawK back for such a long time. But in that game, he was able to kill his opponent's expansion. How he's supposed to do that in the near future, I really don't know.
Me neither. Archmage also close to level 4 with all the solo experience, but man, Foggy, patented move, Zeppelin drop. But can he defend this time? Oh, big army here. The Dryad is almost an insta-kill. He has heal spray, but not working. Oh, he saves it with the Zeppelin. Well done. HawK is losing the Berserker, so the anti-air almost gone here. Level 4 for the Archmage, but Acid Bomb hits a lot.
Alright. The Mud Golem still slowing here. The Footy still holding their ground, but the Demon also putting in lots of right clicks, loading up the Berserker. If the Zeppelin dies, this would be disastrous. There's no TP for Foggy to get out, but there's fairly little piercing damage. He stabs out the demon, he's safe. He loads up the alchemist, he's saved as well.
Well done. Oh, this Zeppelin micro was so good on the Dryad there. There was so much focus fire on that Dryad. He saved her, then unloaded her. She threw like 2 spears, was focused again. Zeppelin, boom, popped her up again. Really well done. And Foggy is mining from 2 bases now. And there's the tech. Not only mass Dryads, this time he has the panda bears, or the bears as well. HawK, mixing it up as well. Workshop, double workshop, tier 3. This, ladies and gentlemen, is most likely tanks.
And that's kind of an answer to mass Dryads. They are really bad against tanks, but now Foggy is adjusting. Tier 3 is coming. It's not the same style. He can play differently. And he just seems to make all the right calls all of the time.
HawK has a Mountain King second. The question is, can he get him up to level 2 and 3? We see Engines of Wind for Hippogriffs. And, oh, here comes the push. This is so big! He cancels both workshops! This is so important. That buys a lot of time for bears, and for Engines of War, and for talents that are coming from the Engine of Wind, of course, as well.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Absolutely.
Absolutely amazing.
And he split his Dryads off once again here. He saw his opponent creeping, and now he's coming in for the creep. Jack, his level 4 demon, so strong here, looking for those juicy mana burns onto the MK, who's only level 1. All he wanted to do was creep, but he's not being allowed that time.
What a game, again. The warfare between the two. They counter each other over and over, reacting to each other like they're brothers. They know each other inside out. Mana burns are landing on the Archmage, so no mana anymore, no water elementals to help this in this defend. When are the first bears coming? Here they are. In production, at least.
Finally a kill here, perhaps, for HawK. Come on, give him the 1 at least. Alright, he gets the Berserker. Couldn't load them up into the Zeppelin during the stun duration. 1 workshop's done, 2 workshops are done.
Yeah. And the Paladin third. So he gets some healing on his own. This will take too long for the Dryad and Demon Hunter to kill it. The first 2 bears. We do have Master Training queued. Upgrades are coming as well. Attack upgrade and the Super Wells. Nature's Blessing as well. Will this turn into a mass expansion game?
I think this is the most important thing for Foggy here. Keep him on 2 bases and don't lose your own against the tanks. He has played this game plenty of times before, usually with a Panda though. A Panda is really good against tanks. Alchemist?
Acid Bomb is... Can it affect mechanical?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
I'm pretty sure it cannot. If he had Chemical Rage, that would be pretty nice, but he doesn't.
True.
Heal spray.
We do have a Griffin Aviary here as well, so it's not only tanks. He's using them for distraction and buying time, and then, yeah, Animal War Train. Knights Griffins?
I'm kind of surprised we don't see Ancients of Wars coming up yet. Normally they will be popped out aplenty.
Maybe Foggy knows that it's not, like, it's a triple workshop, so maybe he thinks, okay, with staffs and stuff I can defend it. We've seen Foggy play this tank game on Terranas so many times, especially against Romantic. By the way, awesome item against Romantic, and he is one of the best Night Elves to play this, to defend tanks over and over.
He might be looking for his own little bust here. The Master Bears are coming in. There are 4 towers here, but they can't all attack at the same time. They only have 2 levels of Masonry. They're not too tanky at all.
Okay, first one down. Is there no TP? There is, but he doesn't want to commit to it.
Foggy's the one without a TP, and he's getting attacked by tanks right now, by 1 at least. But not too many upgrades. Maybe the Shredder can do this by himself.
Engine of Wars are up in a bit as well. Here's the big fight. 1 Knight, 1 Gyro, actually. And the Griffin is ready in a bit. Saves this Knight for now. Holy Light is there, and the Griffin is out. Mass damage against the Druid of the Claw, but can the Alchemist out-heal him?
And we've seen a lot of Alchemists, but not in the super late game. How strong is he there? Really, the heal spray is helping, but it's not as effective as a breath would be, I feel like. The Bears chewing against the towers, but the Griffin here is so strong. Water Element is still getting dispelled, of course, by those Dryads. More experience to towards an eye of sight. That's level 4 for his Alchemist, who's stopping low, by the way. And he can't save him. Doesn't have a TP. Has to transfer something. Transfers the staff. Well done.
Riju running on the Demon Hunter, basically unkillable. He wiped out the entire peasant line in the back, but now the bears are facing the Griffins. The second one is coming. The damage will be increased by a lot. Healing again on the human side. He's killing another bear. This Griffin staffed out.
Demon very close to level 5. Needs only one more kill. Mortar team might be that easy kill. Alchemist comes back with full mana. Acid Bomb, Heal Spray.
Acid Bomb not that effective against knights because they have such a high base armor that you don't drag them into minus armor where Acid Bomb really shines.
It's only level 1 Acid Bomb, I think.
Yes, it is. -3 is level 1.
So he's got Chemical Rage as well. Interesting choice. Alchemist, Paladin trouble. Is there a staff ready? There is not.
Uh-oh.
It's on cooldown at the moment.
Is out of the fight for sure. Demon Hunter level 5, Mana Burn level 3. This is so big. Immediately used on the Mountain King, so no Stormbolt anymore. The Dryad's attacking the Paladin in the back. This must be a kill. Yeah, Staff was ready there. Well done by HawK.
Just barely came off cooldown. And now the Mortar team's exposed, getting killed off. But the Dryad's also very low, dude. This is all over the place, this fight. One Bear's in the peasant line against the Knights. Over here, there's Mortar teams against the Dryads. Every player here, both of them are taking heavy losses. Even a Hippo coming in now, so good against the Griffins. AM dropping low as well, needs to be careful. Zeppelin out of nowhere remembers that he has that one as well to use.
Oh man, one HawK would be so amazing. A Dragon HawK, I mean. The Expo is still standing. He didn't kill it. The Shredder is not mining, but he doesn't really need that. Peasant line established. More Griffins. He has only one flying machine against these Hippogriffs. Can he establish an anti-air that kills the Griffins? Oh, easy kill on the bear. But easy kill on the... Oh, staff again! This staff sanctuary. Unbelievable value.
Big mana burn once again. MK doesn't have mana still. He hits level 3 here, but no mana points for the Stormbolt, and he gives up. It's the GG once again. Foggy wins this game.
And Foggy has match points 3 in a row. What a resiliency by HawK, but man, he taps out in the end. Like, I don't know, a UFC fighter holding on to a tap out, but he wants to tap, but then in the end he can't resist it anymore. 2-0 Foggy, one map away from China travel number 2 this year. HawK tried a lot in this game. He did a lot different from what we've seen in the winner bracket final. And it still didn't work.
Yeah. Also, Foggy switching it up there. Not going for those mass drives anymore. Not playing it as aggressively anymore. He had that Alchemist so quick. Way fewer mercenaries that time around. And worked out for him.
Remo,
he's just...
Sorry, yeah, continue. Yeah. It was just nonsense that I was talking about.
It's just... Foggy in this matchup, man. It's... Every time I watch him, I feel like, yep, that's the right call. Absolutely the right call. Yeah. Every single time.
Do you remember the game against Romantic where it was also Terranas and it was also tanks? Was it tanks? No, it was mass air or something. And yeah, it was mass Dragonhawks. And Foggy picked the Tinker as a counter to that Dragonhawk strategy. And we were like, are you nuts? That was before 1.29 when not even the cluster rockets could affect air. We were like, are you nuts? And guess what? He won that game with a level 6 Tinker in the end. This guy has such a great mind for this matchup. And now, deservedly, 3 match points in a row. HawK's map choice, Last Refuge, 2-0 for the Ukrainian. One more map, and he goes to Shanghai.
Can the Russians still fashion a comeback here? This is what it was like in the GCS qualifier. Foggy takes the lead in a strong first game. It was also Terranos stand, by the way. Well, the old Terranos, but still Terranos. And then he came back swinging. This isn't over yet, guys, even if it looked kind of one-sided. HawK, always a player to be reckoned with.
Exactly. And again, this cancellation on the workshops, I can't point it out too much how much time this bought for Foggy. Then he had the bears, then he could push. Otherwise, if he's not killing those workshops, the tanks are in his base or at his expansion before he can attack. And then, of course, the game is totally different. We have a new sub here, by the way. Thank you, Alvaro Durante, for the Prime sub. Much appreciated. Getting closer to the 400 once again. We are online for 10 hours today, straight with 2 15-minute break. And we're getting close to the conclusion of it. He would be the second Night Elf in the tournament, next to Moon. His big inspiration, his big idol.
A player's forces are under attack.
But it's still a tough road.
The hero, of course, is the demon. This was exclusively a Demon Hunter map for a long time. Then I think it was Foggy actually pioneering the Warden here, making her work with double Angel of War creeping. But as we mentioned earlier in their upper bracket first encounter, the Warden not really part of the meta anymore. Alchemist seems to be too strong against her with a powerful healing on level 1. But he, even with a nerfed Demon Hunter, he's still making him work so well with his own Alchemist. His tier 2 Alchemist.
Indeed. We will see this again. At GCS it did not work against Infi. Of course, a different caliber. But we were questioning his strategic choices. Maybe we shouldn't have. Because it is where... Oh, it's this one. Huntress Hall on the Cliff. Huntress Harass. So he's totally expecting an expansion. The question is, double Engine of War? Engine Protector push, which works better if you attack the north. Because there's more space here to prepare your APs. Or just Huntress Harass. HawK, I think, is taking a little different approach here. Oh no, now the expansion's coming. Was just scouting for an Engine of War here, I guess.
It took a bit of time. Good wisp positioning as well, by the way, from Foggy. So, is there mana burn skilled or not? We don't see evasion here. Which is very weird, because he definitely should have evasion. A little bit unlucky there with the rolls, maybe. And this is looking to be immolation, if you ask me. But he's already hurt, down to 450 HP. Let's see how much he can do here.
So far, good damage with a class of attack +6, 25% damage boost on the Archmage, and the Demon Hunter feels that. Taking out the Trappers first, of course, as the damage is higher against them as it is against the Magi. Demon Hunter comes in now. But he's down to 50% already.
Yeah, I think he held on to the skill point there for the longest time. And very well reacted by HawK. Didn't give him the opening for the Immolation Harass, so he did have to go for mana burn in the end.
Yes.
And got like nothing done there. He slowed down the creeping a little, but no steals, no kills. And that's a very good start for HawK.
Indeed. We do have the Huntress Hall ready and one Ancient of War. This is single base Huntress into tech and pretty big harass, but he found the Regio Potion using that now. It's not too big of an influence here. And HawK is climbing up to level 3. Wind of Illusion being found, Demon Hunter wants to cause damage against the economy again.
Alright, the first Huntresses are here. King against Huntresses are Water Elementals level 2. He's not on that level yet and doesn't have mana either. Of course, there is mana burn as we saw earlier. Oh, but nice micro from these peasants. As we see from Infi and TH so often with the perfect building positioning. He hasn't lost a single one yet. And this is a Huntress opening.
Yeah.
Foggy needs to get some damage in here and get it in quick.
Double Huntress now. No tower up. Demon Hunter again very, very low. And I think it's the right idea to just right-click it. The tower has to be cancelled. And now it's time for the peasants to die. 2 super low, 2 dead. But he has to cancel this. Hunters are too low, Demon Hunter are too low. HawK can catch a breath. But he needs to pull more Militia and that delays his tech. While Foggy had a pretty fast tech despite the Huntress opening. So he's finishing this.
There was 3 peasants killed. That was the Expo delayed. That was decent damage. But it's okay. Expo still came up pretty swiftly. And HawK still has so much lumber. How does he have so much lumber? Still 400.
Wow, true. I don't know.
It's the Alchemist again. His new favorite hero. And Acid Bomb against all these footies is gonna be pretty sick.
Yes. It's that, yeah. Acid Bomb and the AoE of Huntress is really sick. So what can he do? Immediate surround on the Demon Hunter. Trying to force a town portal despite all the damage that he takes here as well. But he cancels this push again.
Right, he canceled the tower, killed one peasant. I think that's what he got out of that attack. Oh, nice. The illusion woke up the creeps here to drag him towards the Ancient of War. Really nice play by HawK. I don't think it's going to result in a kill on the Ancient of War, but certainly annoying. Going to cost a bit of time. How many more hunts is he going to make? Not anymore, right? Only 2.
Going Dryads now. Archmage is away from the base, trying to do that trick again. And in the meantime, Foggy keeps on being aggressive, gets an archer killed though.
This is dangerous. If he gets surrounded here, he doesn't have a telestaff.
Yeah.
But he runs out. So many footmen.
Yeah, big investment into this tier 1. He's teching only now. 1 quarter done. Acid bomb again, not hitting too much. My voice is starting to crack after 10 hours.
Where's the mana burn? Is he seriously holding on to the mana to have better regen from the Moonwells? Kind of looking like it.
Surround on the Huntress, but Invis.
Big right hands from the Alchemist.
Are under attack.
So he's about to be tier 3 here, Foggy is. Halfway through he's gonna have bears, but there's no counter expo coming up. Looks like he's putting himself into an all-in position, and the AM just hit his level 3.
Super important, of course. And the Alchemist is low, and the Demon Hunter is low, and the Moon Juice is also not looking too well. Like, it looks good, but if you look at the actual number, 85 only. So Foggy has to step back a bit. He can't continue this push. Or this non-stop pushing.
We accidentally walked into the creeps. Doesn't get ensnared here, fortunately. The Dryads are fast enough to get out of range. Footies are healing up. And HawK has certainly stabilized. HawK is almost tier 2.
Yeah.
He only has to hold on here. This should be a very good chance of winning for him.
We still have this bear push coming in. But this will take some time. And yeah, this is easily shut down. Like, just right-clicking heroes. No TP. You have to play this so careful. In the meantime, he's scouting for it. What's going to happen? He sees tier 3 is done. And he held this. Tier 2 ready. Blood Mage second. For the very first time today.
Huh. Blood Mage. Okay. Makes sense against an Alchemist. He's going to be standing still using the heal spray. You can drain him in the meantime. Still think I would have rather seen a Naga, but alright. We know he loves the Blood Mage. And honestly, I think HawK has a big advantage here in this game. He's going to be able to explode into upkeep very soon if he wants to.
Also, the hero levels are Foggy. He didn't creep like 2 camps. Okay, this is the second one now. 2.5 and 1 and a third. That's ridiculous. And HawK can even be aggressive now because there's no threat yet. The threat would be bear or a panda or something. But the bear master training is not ready yet. There's 1 for Reju. And we have to fend against the Dryads. If he cancels this Engine of Lore. I think this could be GG already. But he holds on to it with a lot of repair.
Also expensive, of course. The footies are expendable. More experience as well, however, for Foggy. Getting closer to level 3. He's almost there now with his first hero. Oh, he's really gonna get this lore. Gonna get 1 more bear out here. He has 1 more Reju. Can't afford to lose this lore.
Oh,
and just barely holds on.
I guess he got the mana for another water elemental, but I mean there's 2 Dryads, but also not too much mana. With the water elemental, maybe he can keep that. Okay, HawK plan B. It's tier 3.
What?
Is it? Yes, tier 3 in the base. Workshop. Most likely tanks again, but Foggy is still on 1 base. Is he expanding now? That would be very late.
But I mean, couldn't HawK just have tier 2 pushed? There's no way that there's an expo up in time. Alright, kind of surprised by this. Alright. Here is the expo now by Foggy. And if HawK leaves his opponent alone until he has all of his tier 3 stuff ready, then this expansion will have come up.
Yeah.
And now Foggy is moving across aggressively. He won't be able to cancel the workshop this time around.
Yeah. Mortar teams, very helpful in defending early little pushes. You can hide them somewhere in your bases, as it is does with the sorcerers now. But the army is split. Sorcerers not here. No slow on the bears.
And you got the Dryads for the slow of their own. Footy kill's pretty easy to come by now. with the bear damage especially. But this base is very well fortified. 4 towers in the back, 2 farms in front. I like the Sim City.
Yeah.
Can't crack that one.
First mortar team is ready. It's attackable though.
Can go for it, right?
HawK not paying attention for a second, and that's an instant kill.
A player's forces are under attack.
And this is what Knights like to do. Before the human has that big army, before he has all of his stuff together, sit between the rally points. Find a few pickoffs here and there with your strong heroes, with that slow, with those bears, and buy time for the expansion. Footy sees the expo in the south. Can HawK still cancel this? He's scrambling to get down there.
Another mortar team being caught by the Dryad. If he loses 2 mortar teams, man, that delays everything. He runs down, he has 2 water elementals. This is gonna be so close. I don't think he can cancel it.
A player's forces are under attack.
It still takes a while to finish with water elementals. He has to summon them though. Yeah, it's enough.
But the workshop falls. No more water teams. He has not a single one on the field. He gets up to a decent amount of breakers, but once again the damage is lacking. And if he loses the second Sanctum, man. Foggy does this for a long time, trying to cancel human production. And in this game, this is perfection.
Town is under siege.
In his own main base though, he's getting attacked as well. This shop is certainly going to fall. And the demon didn't have the orb yet. That's annoying. He's trying to step in time to get the orb, but he was too late. As it's already gone.
A player's forces are under attack.
Still 50 supply for the Night Elf. HawK getting bigger and bigger. 63 for him, but losing all of that production is gonna delay him getting towards 80. Well, actually, he has the Sanctum. He has the workshop in the back. And he's getting fragmentation shards and more mortar teams.
Frag shards, such a huge upgrade. More radius, more damage, like extra damage on top of the normal mortar team damage. 65 supply for HawK already, but no second base for Foggy. He'll scroll an invul potion on the Alchemist. That's what he has to work with. He wants to break this now, even with 50 supply. But this time there's a mortar in the back, and that makes a big difference.
And finally, HawK was able to consolidate his forces. Everything is clumped together in the nice little death ball. And yeah, also the frag shards here from the back. Gonna deal so much damage! Only 1 mortar team so far, but it's gonna get more, as more coming out from the workshop. Militia helping here as well. And there's no Breath of Fire that they have to fear. Acid Bomb, yes. But it's not going to be too many of those as well with a heal spray coming in.
His army is united for the very first time in this game, I guess, after he set up this expansion. Blood Mage still level 1, Alchemist level 3.5, Demon close to 4. Archmage level 3 point something. Blizzard could be an alternative later to even more AoE damage, but there's not too much Dryad, so I think the Water Elementals still have a place here. Especially to soak up damage.
And Foggy, he's still not counter-expanding. I guess he feels it's too late now.
Yeah, I agree with that. But I think it's also too late to fight now. It's just 3 bears, 3 dryads. That's nothing. He can hold on for a little. Oh, bloodlust on the Blood Mage, by the way. He can hold on for a little because, like, HawK is paying taxes because he's an upkeep. But his army is so big. And with the army being at 80, he can invest into items now, which makes things even harder for Foggy. The Russian is in a very good position.
Yeah. I believe so as well. Hero levels, when you're down a lot of supply, hero levels can make up for it if they're strong heroes. Demon, of course, scales very well. Alchemist against these massive armies. Is he as strong as a panda would be? I don't believe so.
The thing is that Acid Bomb is not really effective against this. You have to get past the breakers, but Acid Bomb doesn't apply to breakers. So it doesn't help in the breaker bear fights. You can apply it to the casters, of course, but for that the damage over time, the damage over time is not big enough. And you
At
can't
least the
reach.
priests will be busy healing themselves instead of the breakers, but still, I agree. Alchemist doesn't seem to be too effective when we get into this army stage.
Also in base races, the Panda is amazing. The Alchemist is not. We do have a
Base race,
Zeppelin.
here we have a Zeppelin. I'm gonna have a big load up. And flying into the main.
Double heal scroll for HawK. More mortar teams. He doesn't have really an answer. Oh, we have in a fire soon. But okay, we're going for the peasant line, causing some damage to the economy. No expansion behind that. And then not much surface as well.
Oh, those peasants with the acid bomb though, they're gonna die quickly to those bears. TP out from Foggy though. He doesn't want to take a real fight, of course. Takes home most of his force, but he lost 3 dryads there and a TP. That's expensive.
Yeah. And he's down a base. And he's in upkeep now.
A player's forces are under attack.
Did he somehow keep his supply stock? No, of course not. It cost a little bit gold income, but HawK can afford it with 900 on the bank. And I think HawK wants to close this now.
Scourge Bone Chimes, he needs him. Gets the boots for Qualifier, also good, but not as good.
Shop gonna get killed again. The mortar teams are not even there. He has 3 of them. 0-0 upgrades, 2-1 on the breakers, level 3 on the blood mage. Oh, this position is fantastic for this mortar team. I love this. They're untouchable, basically, except for this one, but there are priests around them.
And the breakers are retreating. They're gonna
Oh my god.
be the front line here. This is the perfect position. Oh my god.
He can't reach the back line. It is uphill. The breakers are in front. He can escape with the Zeppelin if he wants to. But now the mortars, I think he has to retreat a little. Not too many mortars anymore, breakers anymore.
Oh, look at the damage against the dryads.
Sick.
They're dancing all the time. They never do damage themselves. It's all down to the bears, and they're still dying to the frag shards.
Yeah, the frag shards. This range is so amazing. The AoE that this upgrade provides. Acid bomb finally lands on the mortar teams, but there's no follow-up damage. The breakers hold on to this for so long. Foggy at 54. We have Banish now against the Demon Hunter, who's close to 5. Heal scroll being used. Was it the first or second one? Second one already. But the bears are suffering so hard. I think HawK is back in this series.
I think so too. Can the
Demon Hunter
do this all by himself? I don't know.
Level
Gets
5.
a level 5, yes.
Reaching the back line, killing the second mortar. And the Archmage is kind of low, but he does have an invul.
But look at the bears.
Yeah, the bears. They're almost extinct.
Has 3 left. Soon to be only 2 though, as it seems the heal spray coming from long range. He has some mana still left, but
Foggy is trying his very, very best. HawK still at 80 supply. And the Demon Hunter now dropping to 50. Is there a staff? There's no staff. There's no TP. Zeppelin will be shot. The heal spray from downstairs. The staff is not enough. Level 4 without a Demon Hunter. This is GG. And HawK catches up. 2-1. He wins the first map against Foggy on this very day. And his hopes remain alive.
Well, and the first time today, I felt like Foggy didn't go for the perfect strat. It was kind of weird. He went for this Huntress opening, then he attacked the expansion with 2 Huntresses, killed like a couple of peasants, but that was it. And then he takes to tier 2 with an Alchemist, continues the pressure, but the army is still so small. He's rushing tier 3, at the same time expanding. For once, the strategy didn't seem to come together for Foggy.
And HawK defended this so well. Even very early on in the first Demon Hunter attack, so much damage on the first hero with just right clicks from the Archmage without taking hits of his own. Then, like this, also the second and third Huntress coming there into the expansion. He didn't do too much damage. Then the expansion was established. HawK scouted for the counter expansion. The counter expansion was late because he forced bears so much, which was also a weird balance between them. And then at the end, like, if someone ever makes a YouTube video about perfect positions in Warcraft 3, use this replay. Doesn't get better. Not at all.
It was kind of impressive how long this alchemist delayed that fight.
Yes,
There was
yes,
so much healing on both sides,
absolutely.
but you could really feel the damage of a panda lacking. Like,
Yeah.
nothing was dying on the human side.
Absolutely. Amazonia is the next map. We have another resub here by More Work All Right. 3-month best caster duo out there. Thanks. Thank you, man. And Tunetic07 for 20 months now. Whoosh. Thank you.
Much appreciated, boys. Is this gonna be the last map? Or can HawK win this as well? That's of course what we want. We want the glorious one single map to determine it all, to get the drama going, to get the blood pumping, the excitement into our systems. But Foggy could close it all out here already. This is his map choice. Immolation didn't come into play in the last map, but I got a feeling that we're gonna see it here.
Absolutely possible. Game 4 in the grand final of Masters Coliseum. It could once again be the last, as Foggy has match points, but HawK has the momentum. HawK once again in red, upper right, Foggy in blue, bottom left. Normal build orders so far from what we see. Alta Barracks Farm against Alta, not delayed, and Engine of War. Not risky position so the creeps can attack it, just plain standard.
It's pretty predictable what happens here, of course. It's the Night Elf creeping to level 2. For him, it's predictable. Not so much for the human. We have started to see deviation in the Asian scene especially. It used to be level 2 AM into expansion, that's your level 3, was always the case. But with Night Elves being so good at immolation harass, the humans started adjusting, started to go for that expansion immediately. So I wonder what HawK is going to go for. The more old school approach, the slower expo with the more steady leveling, or is he going to go for that creep at the gold mine right away?
I think HawK is we mentioned this, a more defensive player. He tried the Insta expansion in the winner bracket final on Terranas, and that did not work out at all. So I think he's still a burned child from that map, and will take it a little more careful this time.
I would expect the same. I would expect, the level 2 into the gold mine. The instant expansion from humans was especially punishable by a ward first, going for the AM or any other targets immediately, with the AM being low HP and everything there being so bruised. But the Warren isn't really so big of a part of the meta anymore. So, yeah, we're still not seeing her. It's still the Demon Hunter. And as we expected, HawK is taking it a little bit more slowly here. We'll go for his level 2 first.
By now, it's 40 degrees in my room and I'm soaking wet. There's not a single dry spot on my body anymore. But man, this is so much fun. This is such a great, great tournament. European Warcraft is maybe not the best in the world, but it's certainly entertaining. We have a Ring of Protection for the Archmage and a Mantle of Intelligence, so once again bonus damage to defend this Demon Hunter. On the other side, oh boy. Gloves, okay, but Mantle again, bad. This is not the day of Foggy's items, not at all.
But he's in time here to harass up north. I'm surprised he didn't go for a Shadow Priest yet. May try to do it. Oh, he tried to do it with the Archer. But guess what? HawK knew this was happening, intercepted the Archer. The footy was scouting for it. HawK is so well prepared here. One Wisp came in for the detonate. There's the second one. This Water Elemental's almost gone already. Mana burn? Is it really? Nah, I don't think so. He wants to go for the burn, for the real burn. It's the immolation against so many targets.
He's getting the first one. Does he get the big rock golem? Archmage got it. Went of mana stealing as well. But man, these peasants are suffering.
It's 4 peasants dead so far. 5.
This is so horrible to watch. 6.
Oh, and there's another one low HP.
And it's not even level 3 yet. It's not even level 3 yet. They are on equal experience with only 1 creep spot for Foggy, and he escapes with 60 HP, no problem. But man, he has 1 worker left. 1.
There's more coming from the main, Neo. Don't worry. Well, you can worry a little bit. There is cause for worry. But the expansion is coming up. But Foggy, he did invest pretty heavily here. He's still tier 1.
Yeah.
Went for mass Moonwells to be able to heal up again.
Yeah. Used them all. I mean, it's nighttime. It just turned nighttime. There's gonna be a lot of regen. And yeah, the militia duration is still running. He's only building this with 4. So he took heavy losses and the expansion is still delayed. At least he got level 3.
Where's the Mercamp? Double mercenaries. He's playing this more aggressively once again. The demon already on his way up north. 4 peasants not even close to done with this town hall. And of course, vulnerable. Staff, into the main. I think I know what's gonna happen. It is time to burn, my friends.
Burn in hell. This Demon Hunter, full HP, full mana, but how long does it last? Call to arms being used immediately. Not a single... Okay, one single peasant is gathering some lumber, but against the others, there's area of effect damage all over the place. How many can he kill? The mana doesn't last forever. He gets the next kill here. Closer and closer to 3. Archmage is coming in for the defense. He has to use the town portal with only 1 kill, but man, is this a herd army or what? Crimson Mask across all the workers.
And he didn't have gold for the power build anymore. So for a long time, this was just normal build. Finally, it finishes. But boy, was this a hard expo to take.
Yeah, reminiscent of Terranar Stan in the first series between the two. A little faster this time, like 20 seconds faster. That shows you how good the Wrath on Terranars was. But of course, there was no damage in the main. This time there is. And until HawK tags, this is gonna last a lifetime.
Double Mercs purchased again. But Foggy started to get a little bit sloppy.
Yeah.
He lost both of the Shadow Priests to the creeps here, taking more damage at the same time. What's going on?
Force-Troll Berserker survives, but only on 50%. Is this demon coming in again? The staff is ready, but he can't get out then.
I can't do that. It's too expensive, I think.
Huntress Hall coming up now. A little late, maybe? Not dramatic or anything. But is Foggy getting tired?
Footy scouting for the counter expo. There's none on the way just yet. And Foggy starts the creep without any unit support? His berserkers are close by. One of them's almost surrounded. It's close.
How far is HawK from defense? That will boost... Oh, he gets the Engine of War. Easily. This makes creeping the expansion so much harder. Level 3... level 3.5 so much harder. HawK got the boots this time. Oh, Foggy with the block. Maybe he's woken. And this forces the town portal.
Nice.
Oh, does it?
Mana burn. It's 70 damage. Burn him. No, it's level 1 mana burn. I'm sorry.
Yeah. But the Huntress Hall is under attack. Without Huntress Hall, okay, builds the lores now. So it's not that impactful. And he lets go of the Archmage. HawK just runs away. Still no tech though. Still barely a tower. And immolation
good here though. Second hero. Is it Alchemist time again? He doesn't have the resources just yet. We'll have them in just a moment though. Level 3 for the demon. Turn up your immolation, buddy. Foggy is he's having a couple of slip-ups here in this game.
Yeah, it's
uncharacteristic.
It's not like that thing that will cost him the game or anything. He's not falling off a cliff, but yeah, I feel you. There's a Naga now for him. No Alchemist anymore, but HawK with an Archmage and a Zeppelin now trying to snipe this Engine of Lore, and this is working.
But he's very hurt though. Very hurt indeed. But the big thing is, there's no counter expo on its way.
Yeah.
Once again. I must say I preferred Foggy's playstyle like it was on TS. Heavy commitment into tier 1. Stay tier 1 for a long time. Get lots of mercenaries, apply pressure, and expand across the map.
He bombed the Huntress Hall, killed 2 of his own peasants, but at least he got rid of the Huntress Hall. So he can't build the second lore. Ah, there it is.
Oh.
There it is. In front of the base. Remo, calm down. In front of the base, it is.
I'm gonna calm down. I'm gonna calm down. I'm sorry.
Good. Demon Hunter in the base again, or in the expo again. But there is an arcane tower, so immolation is basically countered with that building.
But only an arcane. That's it. And there's a Shredder here and 2 Berserkers. And the Naga's coming as well. Oh my god, can he actually kill this Expo just with these handful of units? There need to be some militia sent over.
He killed the lore in front of the base now, so he's actually down to 1 lore only. How much does it cost him? How many lives of a peasant? How many souls will be sent? A lot, actually. He keeps his tower up. The Naga not too much mana anymore, but the Arcane is down.
Yeah, and there's no mining. And how can he send this away? Yeah, militia are coming in, okay. But they're still gonna be fighting against the Shredder and a strong demon who's getting close to level 4. It's a slaughter here.
Absolutely, and now Immolation is of course working again. Now that the militia arrived, great timing for Foggy. His Archmage is running into the Naga, getting slowed. The Zeppelin is there for now. Counter Naga on HawK's side.
Ooh. The Naga here for Foggy in the middle, dropping really low, trying to go for a potion. Double potion, Moonstone. She needs to run, but she's getting slowed by her sister. But the demon still laying waste to this expansion.
Can he kill the Naga? Yes.
It's a bare knuckle fist fight once again here.
The Berserkers wiped out the peasant line once again. They're still mining. Oh, there was no mining, right? HawK is down to 380. Only
oh, the
now
Archmage!
What's he doing? He's close to the shop. Mana burn. Potion is enough.
Just barely enough. My goodness. He bought his Naga back.
Oh no! Here she comes and kills her sister! And also the Archmage is down! This might be Foggy's way to Shanghai! With 1 hero low, 1 hero down, he has the town portal, but guess what? In the base is no shop.
But the Expo's still standing. He's gonna lose all of his peasants here, but the town hall is gonna survive for a long time. He's gonna get the Naga back. Yeah, he needs to get that shop though.
He's trying. He's doing his best. Big damage. And the shop is gone. The Zeppelin is gone. HawK is so trapped to his own base. Only getting 1 Sanctum now. And Rifleman. On the other side, no tier 3 by Foggy. Only now getting his lores back.
Can't believe he broke this, dude. He broke this Expo just with a couple of mercs.
So well executed. And he broke this while his second hero was dead. Right.
Did he?
Or?
Did he? I think he did. Demon copying a lot of damage here. Staffing out. Is it gonna be good enough? I think so.
No Fog Lightning. So no nuke. Foggy, what a comeback. I mean, not really comeback, right? He slaughtered the peasants here over and over and over, but he was not really in a position to break this without bears, without whatever. But he sniped this 1 Arcane Tower, and that opened the floodgates, like, wide open for just pure damage.
So is this the most weird timing of a rifle push that we've ever seen?
Kind of, yes. 37.
And might that actually not even be too bad? Because this is a Demon Hunter. Nah, he's level 4, okay.
Yeah,
it's
he's really
fine.
strong. But it's only level 1 evasion.
Yeah. And it's a Naga, it's not a Panda. It's not tier 3 for the Night Elf. Rifles might not even be too bad.
Yeah. 1 base rifle casters. Level 4 for the Archmage. More mana. But he has to retreat. Foggy knows one direction, that's forward. He's getting 1 kill on the Rifleman, diminishing the damage of the army by a lot. Second kill should be possible as well with the slow of the Dryads. Focus fire on the Demon Hunter. If this one dies, the game dies, but he escapes. And again, Immolation.
He's getting
Naga.
2 Dryad kills here of his own, HawK is, but his Naga in so much trouble. Way too much damage? Or is it, can he get away somehow? The double slow is too powerful. He loses his second hero. Level up for the Naga for Foggy in the meantime. And the demon getting throws of healing from the shop. Archmage, no TP anymore. He used it before and he's gonna die as well. That might be it. It's GG. And this is once again Foggy to Shanghai.
HawK put on an amazing fight and was a great grand finalist. But Foggy Balboa boxes his way to Shanghai for the 6th time, I think. Yes, for the 6th time he's going there. His 8th tournament in China in just 3 years. This is just incredible. And he is fighting.
His performance once again so impressive. But also HawK, man, showing up today. Foggy, a little too strong for him today. A little too strong.
Indeed. But HawK is there. He can hang with Foggy at good days. This is a good sign for the next WGL, where we will send 4 Europeans to Shanghai later in November. But most importantly, August 24 to August 26, $28,000, and Foggy will compete with TH, with Infi, with Fly with Moon, with 120, 1 Korean, and the winner of the wildcard qualifier for the biggest prize money of the year. Andre, he deserved it. He fought hard for it, and he made it through the winner bracket with only losing 2 maps, 1 to Awkwworker, 1 to HawK. Here we have the bracket once again. The winner is from the Ukraine. This time it was not the big miracle. This time it was not HawK defeating him in the grand final. Nothing but GG's today, man.
Yeah, Foggy once again, and we should take a moment here as well to highlight how consistent Foggy has been. Like, he has been the #1 player in Europe for such a long time now. Like, the biggest disappointment for him in European competition was like not making it in the first qualifier for GCS. He still made it to the final. He still made it a close game. This guy has been so consistent, so reliable, so strong for such a long time now. Last GCS's performance maybe not was exactly what we were hoping for.
He was up against Infi though. It's his nemesis. It wasn't my fault. I drew the bad quarterfinal for him. But yeah, this was strong. And he's such a great guy. And we know this guy has now 1 month to practice, and he will use every single minute to improve himself to be able to get a good position there, or a good rank in Shanghai. What a day. What 2 tournaments, and what a big smile on my face right now. Vegetable Combo, thank you very much for the €3.24 donation. Most likely the last of the day. Much appreciated, man.
Yeah, we had a long day today. We started at 1 p.m. At 7.5 hours ago. No, wait, 8.5 hours ago.
Yeah, I started the stream at 12:30. I think.
Oh wait, no, that's 10 hours then.
Yeah, 10
hours,
10 and a half. Yeah,
10 hours.
11 hours if you count in the countdown with music and DJing and stuff. And I, like, there was not a minute where I thought, oh, I have enough Warcraft now. There was not a minute where I thought, oh, this is boring right now. There was not a minute where I thought, oh, what is my co-caster talking bullshit today? I enjoyed this day immensely. And good news, we're gonna be back tomorrow with kind of the same schedule. We're starting at 1 for the last group of WGL, featuring 120, featuring Focus. We're gonna follow them. And who's in there as well? Chimiko and Soin. So this is gonna be good. Semi-final Focus 120. Hype. And then, in the evening, or starting at 4, Rust Brain Cup number 7, the biggest European or Western solo cup we have, with the first qualifier, number 1. 3 players are already invited, HawK, Focus, and Foggy. And now it's time for the others to step up. So, most likely, 8 to 10 hours of Warcraft tomorrow again. I cannot wait.
Yeah, man. The Warcraft weekend is finally packed again with the qualifiers rolling in, the big events on the horizon. Thank you guys all so much for tuning in today, especially to all the supporters, but also to everybody just enjoying to watch. We have a Facebook page, facebook.com/backtowarcraft, Twitter, YouTube to check out the games that you missed. We have an Amazon referral link down in the description below. We have a homepage, backtowarcraft.com. You can visit to see when we have our casts coming up, which are going to be plenty in the future, in the near future. What else is there, Neo? Check out reddit.com/r/WC3. We have a Discord as well, discord.backtowarcraft.com, to chat a little bit with us, to talk about Warcraft or anything else that might be going on in the world. But I think we're pretty much done for today, man. Long day today, long day again tomorrow. I hope we'll see you again on the Blessed Sunday. I'm certainly going to be there. So is Neo. I'm looking forward to it. And that's it.
Yeah, nothing else to say except here's the Donuts. Goodbye routine. Have fun with Grubby, who's going to stream for a bit. And yeah, tune in tomorrow. Bye bye. Back to Warcraft.